New Orleans is crazy because they sell liquor in any place in New Orleans where you could sell liquor. They do sell liquor. So I got myself a $7 frozen hurricane, and let me tell y'all something. This is liquor, okay? Hello, my loves, and welcome to my 2023 trip to New Orleans. I am so happy to show y'all my trip because I actually thought I lost all of these files, but I found them actually, so I am so excited to take you along for the ride. Now, this was filmed way before I even had the idea of boarding pass, so obviously it's not filmed in my new cinematic format, but I still hope you can enjoy because I had an amazing time during my trip to New Orleans. It was phenomenal. All right, y'all. So I made it to JFK. The, the commute here was me pretty much knocked out for about 40 minutes and almost missing my stop at Jamaica. Also, I'm right under the speakers, so if you really can't understand what I'm saying, I'm sorry, and I hope that my microphone helps. But TSA, y'all, going through TSA is one thing. Going through TSA in New York is another thing. Going through TSA in New York with New York TSA agents as a New Yorker is a whole completely different experience, bro. Because when I tell y'all, like, one, I was in TSA probably, I was in like, the security line. I was probably there for maybe like, I would say maybe 35 to 45 minutes, give or take a couple of minutes. And it was going, and mind you, this is with priority security. So I skipped my little part of the line, but after that, I was waiting with everybody else. And listen, I understand TSA agents, they have to take their jobs very seriously. They get threatened a lot. They deal with a lot of BS, you know what I'm saying? But the TSA agents in New York City, bro, it's like, are you a TSA agent or do you want to beat my ass, bro? Because the way, they're just so fighty. Like, you just won't understand. You won't understand until you come, bro. And I can only imagine, like, as a New Yorker, to me, is, I understand, you know what I'm saying? I've been traveling in New York for a minute. But if you're someone, let's say you came to New York for a trip, you know what I'm saying? And so you really only have to go through, like, you just got off the plane, blah, blah, blah. But once you're returning home, you have to go through New York's TSA. It is probably a crazy, crazy difference because New York TSA agents do not give a fuck. And I respect that. But I also realized, y'all, that JetBlue is the airline that I fly the most with. So in the future, not now, but in the future, I'm actually thinking about opening up a credit card with them because it just makes more sense now because I fly with them so much that it might as well, get more benefits. But I personally love JetBlue. They are, in my opinion, they are a very diverse airline. They're very professional, very clean. I just really enjoy being on JetBlue, being a passenger. And I actually remember, and I just told my coworkers a story. I think it was in March. Excuse me, no, in October. Um, I went on my first cruise with my best friend. And for those of y'all who don't know, it's a bird in the airport. Not everybody's flying today. So as y'all know, I have a little bit of a fear of flying, but I love aviation. So when I was going to my first cruise with my best friend to Miami in October, we had this really, really beautiful and really sweet flight attendant. I wish I got her name, but the pilot was everything. The flight was great, y'all. And so when what was it? When we landed, I don't know what the pilot was on that day, y'all, but when we landed, it was one of the smoothest landings I've ever had on an airplane. And the flight attendant, like, literally right as we, like, finished landing and all the wheels on the ground, she's like, tell me that landing wasn't as smooth as butter. And the whole plane erupted in laughter. Like, it was just a really good flight. And then fast forward to March of 2023, I was going on my first solo cruise. And, I was also going to Miami. I was sailing out of Miami. And I had that same flight attendant for that same route. And I mentioned it to her, and she actually remembered me. And she said the same thing at the end of the flight, wasn't as smooth as butter. But things like that make me feel so much more comfortable. YouTube. So, first food we having in New Orleans I'm at this awesome fast food place called Krystals. I actually read about this online before I came. I ordered a 6-piece wing. Y'all, look at these wings. They are fresh, like fresh. And these smell like on Long Island where I come from, there used to be this place called Spicy's. And Spicy's made such good chicken. But they closed down. It smells like Spicy's. It smells just like Spicy's. And on top of that, y'all, tell me how I got a hurricane, a frozen hurricane, bro. New Orleans is crazy because they sell liquor in any place in New Orleans where you could sell liquor, they do sell liquor. So I got myself a $7 frozen hurricane, and let me tell y'all something. This is liquor, okay? And I got my ranch. Bet. Let's try this food, y'all, because this looks bomb. This looks bomb. It smells bomb. And I'm glad I came here before I went to Cafe du Monde. Fire. Mm, mm, mm. That's good. It's very good. Mm, that's mad good. Y'all see that steam? This was mad fresh. And they were like, oh, I'm sorry. Your food coming out soon, baby. I just got here. My plane landed not even barely an hour ago. I'm not in a rush. Mm-mm. I don't know who they got back there, but they know how to do their job. But I'm finally at Cafe du Monde, and I'm so excited to try my first beignet. Y'all, the vibes in here are excellent. I mean, I wanted to go here for so long, and I'm so happy I'm finally here. I'm gonna try the coffee first, okay? And this is the chicory coffee with milk. You know what's weird, y'all? It kind of tastes like, this might sound like really crazy. It reminds me of barbecue food. It reminds me because my family, we like to barbecue with chicory wood. So it tastes a little bit like barbecue, but in a good way with coffee. It's very good. Very, very good. All right, let's try these beignets. My first time ever having beignets since seeing Princess and the Frog in 2009 for my sister's birthday. All right, let's go. Very good. Y'all, if you from New York and you know what a zeppoli is, it just tastes like a zeppoli, but it's still good, obviously, because it's a zeppoli. All right, YouTube, so good morning. It is day 2 here in New Orleans. They actually have the free continental breakfast happening upstairs in one of the common rooms, which is really cool. But me personally, I am going to a brunch buffet right now. I'm going to the Court of Two Sisters, which you have probably heard about if you've looked up anything about New Orleans and traveling. Essentially, it is a restaurant that was named after these two sisters that had passed away, and they do like a jazz brunch at a really good price. I think for me, it was only $36 for all you can eat, with the drink included. Not gonna lie, might book it again for another day in the week, depending on how good it is. But I'm really excited, so let's go see if it's good. Y'all, if there's one thing you need to know before you go to New Orleans, they don't play about this liquor. I had 2 drinks yesterday. When I tell you I was out, I went back to my hostel, y'all. Washed my face, took my clothes off, went right to sleep. Like, I was done. And I woke up, I woke up around 8 o'clock or so, because this was early in the afternoon. Remember, y'all, I had an early flight. I didn't get here later. I got here around like 11 a.m. yesterday. So by the time it was 2 o'clock, I said, oh, no, I gotta lay down. All right, YouTube, so I just finished having brunch at the Quarter of Two Sisters restaurant here in New Orleans. And honestly, this was a really great experience. This courtyard is beautiful. But on the first thing I noticed is that the staff and the service is excellent. Like, their service here is really great. And it's funny because this is a buffet, so you know, you're serving yourself essentially with the exception of drinks. So you don't necessarily expect over-the-top service, but their waiters and their waitresses here are just phenomenal. Very kind people, just very, very professional. Me personally, this is the type of venue I would love to rent out if I was having like a private party or some type of reception, etc., etc. It's a very beautiful courtyard, very beautiful. I mean, it's just so stunning here. The drinks are good prices. The food was excellent. Me personally, I enjoyed the breakfast a little bit more than the lunch options for the brunch. However, if I came back another day, it could be the opposite. But this place, compared to any other place I've been to, when I went to Chicago last year and I ordered grits, you could tell that they never had real Southern grits. But the grits I had today tasted like my grandmother's grits. It was so good. Definitely want to come back. Honestly, I think I might come back one more time before I leave. But this was a really great experience, and I highly recommend y'all come to the Quarter Two Sisters. This is a really great. So YouTube, I've been pretty much doing nothing for like the past like 4 hours because I had that awesome brunch, and then it like took the wind out of me, and I just went back to my hostel. I was gonna go to this like restaurant slash pool called the Country Club, but there's gonna be a storm tomorrow, and it's, you know, you can tell the storm's gonna come in, so it's not that high. As you can tell, it's very overcast right now. It's not like freezing cold or anything. It's still warm out, but it just wasn't hot enough for me to, you know, go into the pool and lay out in the sun and stuff like that. So, and I was also gonna go to the park, but then I was like, kind of the same thing. Why would I go to the park if it's just not gonna be that pretty? So right now I'm starving, so I'm gonna go get a po' boy. And the girl at my hostel recommended me to go to Nola Po' Boys, which is great because that's where I was gonna go regardless. Well, at first that's where I was gonna go, and if she said somewhere else, I was gonna go there. But she said Nola Po' Boys, so I'm gonna go check it out. All right, y'all. So I'm at Nola Po' Boys. One of the girls who works at my hostel recommended this to me, and I got the BLT po' boy. So just a regular BLT with mayo, tomato, lettuce, and bacon. But of course, I'm gonna add some of that Louisiana hot sauce to it. And it's really good so far. It's toasted really well. And it's a really cute little restaurant. And it looks really small, but they have more seating in the back and stuff like that, which is nice. But yeah, so far New Orleans is really cool. Really, really cool. Beautiful people. Very kind people. Bless you. A lot of good food. I went to this other place yesterday, Krystal's. That was really good. And that was just like a basic, it's like, I guess you could kind of describe it as like pretty much a New Orleans version of White Castle. So they sell like little burgers, and like little chicken sandwiches and stuff, and other things like salads and stuff. And I think they also sell milkshakes. But then they also sell daiquiris, of course. And I swear, I feel like every, like literally almost every single business except for like a few on Bourbon Street, at least, sell daiquiris. All right, YouTube. So I'm here at St. somebody's cathedral. I'm so sorry, St. John's Cathedral. I don't know. In Jackson Square, about to go on the ghost tour with free tours by foot. It's actually a really calm vibe here in Jackson Square. And a lot of people showed up for the tour, which is really cool. So I'm not gonna be alone, which is great. Hopefully I'll meet some people. But I got my little drink, and I'm really excited to, you know, see some spooky stuff and have some fun. And I bought my Florida water just in case I see anything, you know, any apparitions that's trying to get me or something like that. But, you know, I'm blessed and highly favored, so I should be good. But like, y'all, New Orleans is so beautiful for no reason. Like Jackson Square at night, gorgeous. All right, y'all, so I just finished my ghost tour with free tours by foot. Highly recommend. In my opinion, free tours by foot is, I think, the most trustworthy tour brand here in New Orleans, especially because in comparison to a lot of the other tour companies, they don't play into like the dramatization of like voodoo. They don't play into the dramatization of like the ghosts and stuff. They just give you like the facts and stuff like that, and they add their own personality and stuff into it, but they're not trying to like sell you spectacle, you know what I mean? It's not like I saw this one tour which this guy is like dressed up like, I don't know what he's trying to dress up, like a count, a vampire, I don't know, but he's dressed up, he has this little lantern and stuff, and I'm like, those are the tours that would charge you $25, and it's like, why are you charging people that much money for the same exact tour that they could get for free? And not even for free, because you know you're supposed to tip on these tours, which I just did with the I don't want to say the young person who gave our tour, who was Evian with free tours by foot. You're awesome, I love you. I don't know your pronouns, which is why I didn't say young man or young woman or whatever. But yeah, free tours by foot was awesome. And I have another tour with them, a voodoo tour, and I think on Thursday or Wednesday, no, Thursday, because tomorrow's Wednesday. And right now I'm headed over to Frenchman Street because I want to go listen to some jazz. And just so y'all know, y'all, like, you can eat in New Orleans, because you can eat in New Orleans because you can walk everywhere. And like, yes, like for instance, right now I have a 15-minute walk, which in reality is gonna be a 10-minute walk because, you know, I'm me. But you just can walk off everything you eat. Because like today I had, what did I have today? I had the buffet at the Quarter Two Sisters. And then I had food at Nola Po' Boys. I had a whole 12-inch po' boy. Then I had that. Why do I feel like this is the courtyard that they use in Interview with the Vampire on AMC? Am I bugged? Maybe I'm bugged. I don't know. But then I had my po' boy, and then I had that waist of a chicken from Willie's Chicken Shack, which is actually, from what I learned, which is actually a ripoff of Willie Mae's chicken, and Willie Mae's restaurant is currently closed. All right, y'all, so I've just been hanging out at the Spotted Cat for, I want to say, the past like 2.5 hours. Honestly, time has flown by. Had 3 Guinnesses, Guinness if you will, so I'm feeling pretty good. Frenchman Street is definitely more of my vibe than Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street isn't bad. One, it is October, y'all, so this isn't New Orleans like peak season, so I think that has to do with like me not messing with Bourbon Street, just because Bourbon Street already is just pretty much a party street. And then on top of that, when I solo travel, not that I don't party, but I don't look to party as much because I'm by myself. So, you know, it's a safety thing, and then it's also just a me thing where it's like, I don't need to get flat out drunk and this and that. You know, if I'm not with anybody else, you know, it's just not necessary. All right, YouTube, it's day 3 here in Nola. And it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I slept all day because I was tired last night. After all that jazz and all those beers, I was tired. So I was supposed to go on a swamp tour today, but y'all, it's raining, and I told myself I'm not about to sit here and go on a swamp tour in the rain. Like, I'm just not doing that. I knew I would be cold and miserable. Thank you, boss. So I decided to stay in. I'm literally just gonna chill at the hostel. I'm gonna get some of my editing done, maybe make a few videos. But I mean, what is so bad about staying in a hostel that looks this beautiful? I mean, this lobby is everything, and they also have like a little workplace on the 2nd floor too. But yeah, that's okay. I'm not gonna lie, it's raining pretty hard. I want to walk over to Cafe Beignet real quick and see if I can get some breakfast. Oh my God, it's raining. I'm like, should I go get an umbrella real quick? Actually, I can get an umbrella on the way. All right, I'll do that. This is pretty much the room I'm staying in. It's funny because New Orleans is known for like their shotgun houses. I kind of feel like this is like a shotgun room. So essentially we have 6 beds set up. This room isn't fully occupied. I think the most we've had so far in this room is like 3 people, and that's pretty much it. But I really like this hostel. One, the beds, this is like you know, there's no one staying here, but this is pretty much what it looks like when you show up. Really nice. This is what I consider to be a luxury hostel compared to just like a regular hostel. So really nice bedding, nice bed sheets, very comfortable pillows, and then up there is where you have like your power outlets to plug in your electronics. You also have a reading light too. And then my favorite part, and this is like literally one of the main reasons why I chose this hostel over a different location, is the privacy curtains. It makes it a lot more comfortable for people to stay in here. It really helps too, because these are like blackout curtains too, so it gets really dark. So even if the light is on, it's not that bad. You then have your lockers and stuff like that, which is all numbered, so according to the bed and stuff like that. These open up with your room key, and you can also put your own personal lock on them too. And I like them because they're big enough where they can fit pretty much no matter what type of carry-on you have. You can fit a carry-on in here and like another bag and a few other things too, which is really awesome. And then you have your garbage, and you have a full-length mirror as well too. And that's pretty much the room. What I also really like about this hostel too, y'all, is that instead of having the bathrooms in the room, they have the bathrooms outside of the room, and they have about 20 bathrooms for one floor, which is like phenomenal. And they're all gender neutral, private bathrooms. You just lock them and stuff like that. Now, on the flip side, that is the only like downside to that is that it kind of makes it a little louder for us here in the room, because when you think about it, instead of someone just getting up and going to the bathroom and then just going back to their bed, you have them getting up, opening the door, going to the outside bathroom, opening the door again, coming inside and stuff. So the door can just get a little loud and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. And this is my bed right here, which is obviously nice and messy and stuff. But I'm gonna show you guys some more of the hostel, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. So once again, y'all, this was the High New Orleans hostel, and it was probably the best hostel I've ever stayed at. And that is saying a lot, because I have stayed at some beautiful and amazing hostels, y'all. This hostel was clean, the staff was friendly, the common areas were beautiful and very social. It was really amazing. I had a great time staying here, and one of my favorite things is that I actually made a really great detailed video about this hostel for TikTok, and the company actually reached out and asked me if they could use my video on their own social media, and I'm talking to them about possibly working together in the future. It's hostels like this that are going to make hostels way more popular in America, because for those of you who aren't aware, hostels are really more of an international thing. There are only but so many in America. They're becoming way more popular, but Americans just aren't too keen on them because they like more amenities. But hostels like this are perfect.
This is what happens when you wait until the last second to get your hair done and don't get your hair done professionally. And then you wait till the last second to do it yourself and rush through it because you have to catch a flight in a couple of hours, so you don't do it properly. And then you end up realizing the hour that you have to leave to go catch the train for the plane, how ugly your hair looks. And so for the first 3 days of your trip, you're walking around looking crazy.
So what's up, y'all? It is day 4 here in New Orleans, and this week is flying by. Maybe it's because yesterday I didn't really do anything, and I'm sorry again, it was really loud. I should probably be using my microphone right now, but I don't feel like getting it out. I was gonna eat at Cafe Beignet on Canal Street where I'm staying, but that location was swamped. So I walked over to Bourbon Street and went to this location, which wasn't as busy. I plan on checking out the Buckner Mansion on Charles Street, which is where they shot, which is pretty much the house from American Horror Story Coven. Then I'm gonna check out House of Hoodoo, which is a Black-owned, Black spirituality shop or botanica here in New Orleans. And then I'm going to just check out Charles Street more so I can see the architecture, see the Halloween decorations, and just walk around, maybe stop and get something to eat. And then later I have to come back to the French Quarter because I have my voodoo tour, which I'm really excited. I just got off the bus. People in New Orleans are amazing because one, this, like, someone's grandmother just gave me a whole life/spiritual lesson that I didn't ask for, but I'm so happy she gave me. Like, literally, like, the sweetest woman, and she smelled good, bro. She really gave me like such a great little it's like a little spiritual pep talk. And essentially she was letting me know, like, you know, don't take life for granted. And one of the main things she said that I love was she said that love and forgiveness are family. And I really like that. She was talking to me, and this other young man. And then that other young man started talking to me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know if he was flirting with me or not. I really don't know. I think he was, because he was like, you look very good. You look very pretty, da da da. Maybe I should have gave into it a little bit. But I had to get off the bus, y'all, so I don't know. And I hate these glasses, and I feel like I look so ugly with these glasses. But maybe the glasses are eating. I don't know, y'all. So I just visited the Buckner Mansion. This was the house used in American Horror Story Coven. Now, the people who own the mansion, not too big on tourists. So if you're gonna come real quick, get your pictures real quick. I'm talking about have your tripod or have your person taking your pictures ready. Get them real quick and get out, because they're not the kindest about tourists. Me personally, the way I feel about it, I wouldn't buy a house that is famous from a TV show or a movie because I know that the tourists would show up and then get mad at the tourists. I would maybe buy a different property. That would make more sense to me, but I'm me. You feel me? Buckner Mansion was dope. St. Charles Street is just really pretty in general. I wish it was a little sunnier, but that's okay. Now I'm heading over to House of Hoodoo just to check it out. I'm not gonna buy anything, especially because I literally just don't have room in my suitcase at all to buy anything. But I do want to check it out and take some pictures, especially for a friend of mine who also has wanted to go here. Maybe the owner, Jessica, will be there. I don't know. If she is, that would be dope. But really loving New Orleans today. It's a really great day to hang out in New Orleans, and let's see how awesome this store is. One of the few, I think of one of only like 3 black-owned black spirituality shops in New Orleans. So, but yeah, it's a busy day here in the French Quarter in Jackson Square, but not too busy. You could have a little picnic if you wanted to, and I don't remember what park it was, but when I was walking over here, there was a park I had to go through, and I'm pretty sure, and there was people there setting something up. I'm pretty sure what they were setting up are like the stages for the barbecue and the blues festival that I'm supposed to be going to. I don't know if that's tomorrow or the day after. It might be Saturday, actually. It might be Saturday. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm excited for that. And I don't know, y'all. I'm having a good time. I'm very thankful for this vacation. Very thankful for my life. I'm very thankful for the ability to travel, because I know that traveling is just not something that everybody gets to do. And one thing that does make me a little sad is, I think about it from time to time, is that like anytime I post a video or just post content about traveling in general, especially on TikTok and stuff, and now YouTube, it's one, because I want people to, feel like they're on the trip with me and to enjoy it too, you know what I mean? And part of that is me realizing that, the truth of the matter is that there's people who are going to watch my videos who are never going to do some of the things I do, and some of the things I've done and will do aren't necessarily like the greatest things ever in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm flying first class, champagne, yada yada yada, limousine, travel, everywhere I go. However, what I have done and what I am going to do is still, very much a privilege. So it's something that kind of bothers me a little bit, but it still makes me happy that I get to be able to share these experiences with other people. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh wow, this video is cool, like I kind of feel like I'm in New Orleans, thank you very much, because that's kind of... All right, y'all, so it's almost 10 o'clock and I feel like the party hasn't even started. I'm on my way to the Spotted Cat, which is the jazz club I went to the other night on Frenchman Street. This time I don't got a big old tote bag with me, so that should be a lot more helpful. And I'm just really excited because they got a different band playing tonight. Last time I was there, it was just vibes. Like, I really like the Spotted Cat, and I really like one of their bartenders. I'm gonna see if I can get her name so I can mention it in my video, because she just was like, she gave me such good vibes, and she kind of reminded me of someone like my coworkers from the bar I used to work at. But yeah, I'm really excited, and we're gonna try to make this a really good night. And I also just got paid finally from like a brand partnership that I did in August, so let's celebrate that. Compared to Monday night, bourbon is packed tonight. People are partying, and it's Thursday, and I kind of had a feeling it would do this, but woo, they out here tonight. I feel like we finna have a good time. It's gonna be a walk to Frenchman Street, so let's go, y'all. Y'all, of course I'm recording when it's loud, but I'm at Dat Dog. The other night I wanted to come here, but it was way too busy, so I couldn't come. But now I can finally come. I ordered the ragu brew. It's something with, it's pretty much, it's alligator with a whole bunch of this, that, and the third. I don't really know, y'all, but it sounded good. And the man said that the alligator sausage is actually really good. So I'm hoping that he wasn't just telling me that, and it actually is really good. And I got myself a little Arnold Palmer, because I was gonna go straight to the Spotted Cat, but it's really packed right now, so I'm gonna let it die down a little bit. If you're watching this, this is before I'm big. This is before I'm famous. This is before Johnny Brown is Johnny Brown to America and the world. And I love you. So, it has been actually a really fun night in New Orleans. Blue Nile, yeah, I'm gonna have to see you again, cause y'all were playing the good music. Now listen, the Spotted Cat was cool, and one of the bartenders at the Spotted Cat, she has my heart, cause she was really cool. But the Blue Nile was just, ooh, look, this bar is called Hex. But the Blue Nile, they were just jamming out, and they were just singing to my soul. So I'm gonna have to check them out again. But I need some food, y'all. I was gonna go get this jerk chicken from this food truck, but they were serving it with Alfredo pasta, and for some reason that pissed me off. So I was like, nah, I'm good. But part of me is like, should I have eaten it? But it's whatever. Because they were selling it from the back of a U-Haul truck. Dead ass. Today is Friday, which means that today is the start of New Orleans Oktoberfest, which is what I'll be checking out later. But before that, I will be checking out City Park and Noma, which is the New Orleans Museum of Modern Art. But last night, y'all, I'm not hungover, thankfully, but I had such a good time last night, man. I mean, the Blue Nile has to be, so far from what I've gone to, the Blue Nile has to be my favorite jazz club here in New Orleans. They were just playing such good music, and the vibes were awesome, man. I mean, the local artists were just really, really amazing. I had a great time. Yeah, I had a good time. I was chatting it up with this local woman, Raynell. If you end up seeing this, it was really nice talking to you while I did. And then I had, oh my God, had that really good hot dog at Dat Dog yesterday, which I might have to go back to Dat Dog. I'm gonna go back tonight. Had that really good hot dog, and then randomly had, I don't even know why I say randomly as if I wasn't the one who paid for it, but randomly went and had some pizza from that Willie's, what do you call it, shack, chicken shack. And I'm not gonna lie, pizza wasn't too bad. For drunk pizza, wasn't too bad. So I'm currently here at Noma, which is the New Orleans Museum of Modern Art, I believe, which is huge, like literally freaking huge. It looks like a palace. It took a while for my Uber driver to figure out where we were going, because one mistake I made is I just put like City Park. I didn't put the museum in City Park, and she was like, yeah, it's huge and there's like 2 parts to it. So she was nice enough just to bring me straight over here. She's like, oh, I know where you're going, and the confusion was settled in like a second. So very, very big thank you to that woman. And I need to hurry up and go to the museum because I want to ride one of those bikes. So we're gonna not necessarily speed through this, but I'm gonna go check out the museum. Then I really want to either ride one of the bikes or do one like the little tricycle things. Maybe even see if I can ride a kayak today. I don't know, but we're gonna have some fun. All right, YouTube, what's up? So we are back with, this is day 4? Yeah, no. 5, technically, I think. Yeah, day 5. Day 4 or 5. No, today's day 5. Today's day 5. Yesterday was day 4. We are currently at Noma, which is the New Orleans art museum, which is located inside City Park. Fun fact, City Park is actually bigger than Central Park. So New Orleans surprisingly has literally the biggest Central Park in the country, as I'm aware, or as I believe. I'm squinting a lot and it's hard to talk because the sun is directly in my eyes. I was just taking pictures like, oh my gosh. But the lighting here is perfect, and so is the sound and the acoustics. One thing I want to say off bat is that they have a lot of really great collections. Not to say that I wasn't expecting that from New Orleans, but I thought that I thought the museum itself was physically big, but I didn't think the actual museum was going to be that big. It's a pretty big museum. I kind of had to be real with myself. I may not be able to check out the whole thing because there are some other things I want to check on the park. For instance, it would be great to ride bikes and to also check out the sculpture garden. I really want to do that next. So I think I'm gonna get a little bite to eat, walk around a little bit more, and then I'll head over to the sculpture garden and then ride some bikes and have some fun in the park before I head over for Oktoberfest. And I think I'm also gonna pick up a few souvenirs for some of my friends and family too from the gift shop. But yeah, y'all, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, but I don't know what I'm saying. So leaving Noma is really hard, y'all, because they have some really great exhibits. They had a whole I think it's art of Japan exhibit. They had an Indian art exhibit, which me personally, I really enjoyed the Indian art exhibit. It just left me wanting more and more and more. And then of course they had an entire African art exhibit. So Noma is a very well crafted museum. It's not your run of the mill city museum. This to me is very comparable to the museums you see in DC and some of them in New York as well too. Well, y'all, we can add on top of that very speedy service because I just ordered my food 5 minutes ago and I already got it. But this salad looks bomb. This looks so good. Oh my god. And I didn't even realize that the salad had blue cheese in it, and I love blue cheese in my salad, so that's really great. But Noma is definitely the type of museum I have to come back to. And this was the perfect day to go to the museum. And I love that they have this little cafe. This is just perfect to go to. So if you're going to New Orleans, I definitely think you should set aside at least one day just to check out City Park, because City Park is really awesome. All right, y'all. I don't know who the executive chef is at Noma, but this food is good. Because I view museum food the way people view airplane food. Every museum I've gone to, because I went to a lot of museums growing up for summer camp and with my family and yada yada yada. Museum food is always overpriced and not that good. I don't know, maybe, NOLA, the thing about NOLA is that we all know that NOLA is this huge food destination and this huge food mecca with so many different influences, right? But besides that, it seems like NOLA just has maybe a higher standard for the culinary experience as a city as a whole. Because why is this museum's food this so good? And it's you want food to be good in general, blah, 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 blah. But when you go to certain places, you don't always expect the best. For instance, if I go to a theme park, I don't expect, unless I'm going to Disney World, I really don't expect the most amazing thing in the world. So this food being this good and of this quality and also not that expensive, the meal came out to $20 with a drink and my set and an entree. Not bad. Yeah, not that bad. And I'm sorry, I always get scared saying things about not that bad, this, that, and the third, because people are like, oh my god, what, you must be rich, da da da. So, but $20 for a meal is not too bad, you know what I'm saying, at least to me. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on eating this and then go check out that sculpture garden. Currently inside of the sculpture garden, at Noma, and the sculpture garden is beautiful, very serene. Like, I wish they had like day beds or something. I just want to lay out and relax, but that's kind of what they have the regular part of the park is for. What am I saying? That is why they have the regular part of the park. There we go. But yeah, the sculpture garden is really dope. Very pretty. It's very, very pretty. A lot of shade. So if you come to New Orleans at a different part of the year where it's a lot hotter, you'll be fine, because there's a lot of shade here, which I think is really cool. Oh my gosh, wow. I don't know if y'all can see on camera, but there's these huge beads in the trees, which is really cool. I wish I would have taken more footage during my time in New Orleans for YouTube, y'all, because these videos do not do this park justice at all. This park is so beautiful. There are so many activities, and I highly recommend you go. You will be so entertained. It is gorgeous. Well, YouTube, we have made it to Oktoberfest, and it is very packed, and everyone is having a good time. And I'm not gonna lie, the beer is actually pretty good. I really like it here. I'm having a good time. Spoke to some really cool locals. That's one thing about New Orleans people. They like to talk. New Orleans locals like to talk, which I think is really cool. And they're very nice. But yeah, I'm trying to get some food. I don't know if I want a pretzel first, or I want like I think I want a schnitzel or something. New Orleans Oktoberfest is held every single year, and they have multiple dates, so if you're in the area, I highly recommend you go. I had so much fun, y'all. There were so many amazing locals for me to talk to. There was some great food, some live entertainment, and honestly, it was a great way to experience just a little bit of German culture. So yeah, the first thing I had so far at Oktoberfest is this kielbasa on a stick, and it's really good. It's not the best I've had, but it's really good. God damn. I got juice on my bag. It's good though. It's good. So, if you couldn't tell, I'm German now. Oktoberfest is really awesome. It's I'm having a lot of fun. I wanted to go to Oktoberfest for a very, very long time. Just never had the opportunity. Well, that's a lie. I've had the opportunity about 6 to 8 times before. I just haven't taken the initiative to actually go. Well, if you're watching this YouTube, come to Oktoberfest. But come to Oktoberfest in New Orleans like I did, okay? Way better than New York, even though I can't really compare it to New York because technically I've never been to New York's Oktoberfest. But I think you'll enjoy it. Again, great food, great people, great stuff to buy. I mean, I'm having so much fun. I can't believe I still have one more day left in New Orleans. This city has so much to offer. Mind you guys, we're at Oktoberfest right now, and we're right next to a cemetery. If that lets you know anything about New Orleans, man, this city is filled with so much spirit, so much family and connection and love. It's really so beautiful, and I really love to see it. I honestly just wish that my friends and my family could be here with me to celebrate it and to really experience it, because man, I've fallen in love with this city over the past 6 days. Well, 5, I don't know, honestly. I've had a very, very large German beer. This really has been the first trip that I really wanted to use to elevate myself on YouTube, because I've done a great job with TikTok, but I really want to invest more so into YouTube and really put out production. Y'all, I went out to Blue Nile, but y'all, honestly, I got tired so quick because I've been on my feet all day, honestly, y'all, and I just didn't feel like drinking. And I was like, all right, I'm going home. So, but first, I'm gonna go get me some beignets, some Cafe Du Monde, because I've gotten beignets 3 times. First time was at Cafe Du Monde, and the other 2 times was at Cafe Beignet. So I gotta go back to Cafe Du Monde one more time. And I'm like hungry, but I don't want to eat like a meal, because I was at Dat Dog, which I love Dat Dog so much, bro. And I'm going tomorrow because I'm gonna miss it so much. But I didn't want like a meal, like an entree. And like I like beignets because they're like a dessert, but like I don't know, they don't make you feel guilty. All right, YouTube. It is the last day here in New Orleans, so we gotta make the most of it. We're gonna go over to the Crescent City Barbecue and Blues Festival. Very excited about this. 1, because I don't gotta take a bus.
Shouldn't be doing too much running around. Even like Oktoberfest was a lot. Oh my gosh. So hopefully it's not as much as it was yesterday. Honestly, y'all, all I want to do is have some good barbecue, have a drink or two, and that's really it. Just have a good time, y'all. I'm really excited to listen to some good blues and jazz music. I really hope I can meet some people. I've met a couple of people this trip, but none that like I can really go out to eat with or really hang out with, besides like the staff in my hostel. But yeah, I'm gonna go pick up a lawn chair because I'm not like walking around everywhere at this festival. So I'm gonna go pick up a lawn chair. I also have to pick up some setting spray too, and then I'm gonna head over to the festival. If you love live music, then you will love New Orleans. There is something you can listen to everywhere you go in the city, and the Crescent City Barbecue and Blues Festival is the type of event you will absolutely enjoy, and I have to go back because the food was amazing, y'all.
I wish I could show you the food I just ate, but I inhaled it, so I can't. But I just got some, rib tips from Crescent City Barbecue. You gotta try it with the sweet heat sauce that they make themselves. It's really good. I think I'm gonna try this place called Brocados. I think I'm gonna try their Nola street corn, which I've never heard of that before. I've heard of Mexican street corn, but not New Orleans street corn. So I wanna try that. And I think I'm also gonna try their smoked chicken and sausage gumbo too, because I'm kind of in the mood for some stew. So we're gonna check that out. Alright, y'all, so I'm so happy I got to the festival as early as I did, because y'all, look at these lines, bro. When I got here, there were like no lines for any of the food, so I'm really glad I got here early. So if you're watching this and you plan on coming next year or another year, y'all, get here early, around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Our last official event in New Orleans, we're going to the Dominican Gala at the Jazz Museum of New Orleans. So this should be really fun. It's going to be food and dancing and all types of stuff. Hope my outfit is nice enough for them. But I'm really excited to see what they have in store. There wasn't too much information online, but if it's Dominican food and Dominican music, I should be happy. So let's go do this. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Nola's like nightlife. Like, I love the feeling of walking around the French Quarter at night, and like compared to like Miami. Miami was cool, but Miami was more like boom, boom, bad bitch, club. Whereas New Orleans is more like bar with a dance floor. We having a good time, DJs, small venues, just having a good time in the street. Like, it feels more communal. You feel me? And like some of the tourism, I have a bone to pick with, but some of the tourism really isn't that bad. It really isn't that bad. Like, in terms of people coming together just to have a good time and being respectful of New Orleans and New Orleans culture. This Dominican cultural event was not only amazing, but it's a perfect example of how New Orleans is such a melting pot of cultures, because who would have thought that you would find Dominicans in New Orleans? I have met Dominicans from Pennsylvania, from New York City, so on and so forth, but I did not expect to meet so many Dominicans in New Orleans. It was a great time. Now I'm starting to get sad because it's really my last night in New Orleans, but if there's one thing or one place I'm gonna miss the most here in New Orleans, I think it's gonna be Dat Dog. That place to me is the definition of late night eats and good cheap eats. And the thing is, it's New Orleans, so it's not basic. Like, their hot dogs are so good, bro. I just had, it was called like their bacon werewolf something, but instead of the bratwurst, I got alligator sausage. And when I tell y'all, listen, when it comes to me, I like chicken and beef and yada yada yada, fish, but alligator, baby, me and alligator, we go way back. Okay, I love me some alligator, and their alligator sausage is spicy and tastes. It's like if chicken and kielbasa had a baby, and the baby was a bad bitch. That's what it tastes like. That's what the alligator sausage tastes like. I'm very thankful that the universe and God and my Lord Jesus Christ and the Odishas and my ancestors allowed me to have a safe vacation to New Orleans.
And I hope I can come back very soon. Again, not alone though, not alone. Once again, I just want to say thank you to the people of New Orleans. I left that city with a full stomach and a full heart. You guys come from such a beautiful melting pot of cultures, and I cannot wait to come back because New Orleans, y'all, there is no place like it in the world. Thank you so much for watching.